Oh my gosh. Alright. Oh, I've given it away, haven't I? So what I was going to say is I was going to do a small set, but the only small set I've got that's next to me was that Technic one, which, while being small, feels kind of chunky. So we'll do a giant set. By giant, I mean slightly larger than that one. Speaking of giant sets, I do actually have some significantly larger sets than these, like much larger. I don't know if they're ever going to get done. Maybe I'll do those if I do get into live streaming things. Because then it will kind of make sense. That will give me, like, you know, an ongoing series. Let's make this giant thing and chit chat. If anyone watches. But anyway, the point is, and that I don't know what the point is, but the point is we're going to open this box and we're going to do at least part of it because it is late and I don't think I have the strength, the stamina, the energy to do a full thing. As you can tell by the lack of speech. But we're getting there. It's hot and crap. Oh my gosh, I almost said a word. Anyway, that wasn't actually why I said oh my gosh. I said oh my gosh because this book is, look at this, oh my goodness. It's like a glossy little, and it's like I can't, I have to, like this, honestly, this is not what I was expecting for a two bag thing. Like, those staples there, that's like bound. I didn't pay some money for that. But the stickers, look at this, a lot of stickers. So anyway, we didn't actually investigate the box. This is another one of the bedroom series, which makes me think of. I'm just going to get Arcade Fire stuck in my head now. But this is the one I mentioned yesterday or the day before, whenever this happened. She's got a missing hand. So that's kind of cool. So we're going to have a look in here. It's quite a little. She's like painting all these things and making a mess, and made a mess on the floor, and so it looks fun. It looks like a fun set. So this is Liann's room, not what's her name? Her name is Autumn. Other person's name. So we'll just chuck the bag number 1 over there, and we've got an orange base plate. And a whole pile, a bag within a bag, which is this bag. This is the bag within the bag. I don't know if you can hear the fan going or not. I don't think you can. I think the audio is pretty rubbish on my videos, and I really do need to look into, like, as I keep saying, like 1,000 and a million times. It's like how kids refer to large numbers. It's 1,000 and a million and 102,542, 9,100,000. But what was I going to say? Who knows? Words are rubbish. So let's just get on with the book, which is, look, she's like very happy. And she's got a cookie, which is nice. Cookies are nice. So I had a cookie today. So that was a thing that I did, which I shouldn't be having because they're not good for you. I haven't been having so many cookies recently because they're hard to get in the shop. I buy the non-dairy ones or egg ones, and they were missing them for a while. I'm not going to eat one tomorrow. I'm just going to eat normal food like chocolate. Okay, and this goes there. And she's got shoes. She's got cool green shoes. So anyway, she is like, there's a map. So this is a map of where their bedrooms are. So this is how far that Autumn had to travel to come visit her friend at her bedroom and go, oh my gosh, you need to take better care of your paint. As we'll find out, because there's going to be paint on the floor, I can just tell. So what's going here? Oh, I've done this wrong. No, I haven't done it wrong. I've done it correct. Okay, so that one goes like that. That one goes. I don't have to hold her in my hand the whole time. That goes there. So that goes there. But if I'm going to do live streaming, I kind of do want to have my face, so I have to get another camera. So I got one camera, and I'm going to get another one. And then I'll have 2 cameras, because I know what 1 + 1 is. And then I can film like this. But the problem is, it's like, oh, I want a camera that has a zoom. Like this, I can zoom. But if you're going to live stream, all I did was Google good live streaming camera, and went and just got one that was cheap secondhand. Quite cheap. I think it was a pretty good deal, given that it actually works. Like, wow, an actually working camera, amazing. But now there's another one that's also pretty cheap, which is like a different model of. I was going to get that stream cam one, but you know, there's one that's like pretty cheap, but then there's an auction on the internet that's like almost as cheap. Well, no, cheaper. What am I talking about? Almost cheap. It's even cheaper, but it's like it doesn't finish for like another 6 days, and you're like, wow. If I buy that, there's not quite as cheap one now, which is like fixed price offer. You know how these things work. You'll buy your stuff on the internet. Well, then I might be tempted to buy the other one in 6 days' time, and it's like, well, that's you know, you're gonna get a bit crazy. What's the little green? What's going on here? There's a little green thing. Have I got this right? What's that supposed to be? What is that little splotch? Oh no, it's like the juice coming out of it. Oh, it's like, oh, okay, it's not like a misprint. It's actual. Somehow it's paint coming out of the thing that she's got. The only time I ever remember being told off as a child by the teacher, who was very annoyed at the fact, oh, that's not true. The second time outside of the only time at school, not at kindergarten, that I remember being told off by a teacher is because I wanted to be a wizard, as we all do, and we had paints in the classroom for painting and stuff, and so I thought it would be hilarious to why do they not just put the extra, I guess that makes sense, to mix all the paints together and make magic potions. That didn't go down well. So I have some kind of affinity for Liann's messy paint-ridden room. She just wants to be a wizard, so I'm assuming. And so we're going to go to the next page, which is this one over here, and we're going to plonk that there. This does look like a desk. I'm seriously contemplating buying yet another desk, because it's like another desk, exactly like the desk that I'm using right now at this second-hand place that I bought this desk from. So I know it's technically feasible that I can get this home again. It was a pain to get up the stairs, but probably won't get it up the stairs. But I don't really quite have the room at the moment. I have to ship some stuff out first, and it's like, but that would be useful. I could use that for a better streaming desk, or a better, instead of using this desk for everything that I do, plus doing this. Whereas when I started this channel, I used this desk only for stuff on this channel, and so it was much tidier, much cleaner, and much easier to work with. But things change, you know. We move on. We get RSI and realize that they can't use the old desk because it's the wrong height, and so you have to use this desk because it's the right height, and everything is fine. Alright, so this goes here, and then we're going to make one of these things. I always find this deeply unsatisfying when they have, I don't know why, I don't like this. I don't know why. It's irrational and completely irrational. So that can go like there. I'm assuming that's where her paint easel drawing something's going to go there. Oh, this is where the picture goes. Or it would if I was going to put a sticker on, which I'm not going to, but we can stare at the sticker for a while. Take a few moments. And then we're going to go to the next page. And that's going to be, oh, it's her tablet. It's her tablet with she's running Art Rage, which I believe is a New Zealand produced. It might be. I just had a friend who worked for that company, whose birthday is today, but she doesn't respond to her messages anymore, so I don't know what's happening with her. But there we go. not me. He didn't respond to anything. And then, which could be a bad thing, right? Like, I got another friend. That reminds me. I have another friend, and they live in a different city, and I haven't talked to them for years. Not for actually wanting to do that, but they never respond to their emails, or they never respond to their Facebook messages. And I even asked another Facebook person, a friend of theirs on Facebook, who last commented on their Facebook profile, if they knew her email address and all of this, and they said, yeah, that's the last we've heard. We'd love to get in contact too, and we live where they live. Did I just make that? Gosh, I feel like this is a deja vu. I just did this. I've already made this, but this was the last step. Okay. Yeah, and then I emailed them, and I got no response. And so the other person gave me an email, and they were a bit concerned. So I'm a bit concerned. So then I thought, you know what I'm going to do? So in New Zealand, if you're a registered elector, someone who can, if you're enrolled for the elections, then your name is in a big, will be in a book somewhere, and you can go to the library and you can get the list of registered electors in particular electorates all over the country. So I went, and I remember that I've been meaning to do this for a long time. And I went to the library, but then I had a problem because my friend is originally from China, and it's like she has like I thought it was actually, it's like one of those names that could possibly be like her original Chinese name, but I don't think it actually is. And so I was like, oh, that's a bit of a problem, because I know her last name, right? And it's like, well, there was a couple of people in a couple of different electorates. Well, there was one person in each different electorate that had the same last name. And it's like, well, it could, and there were a couple of names that were similar to the name that I would call her. So it's like, well, this is going to be a bit harder than I thought to just double check, because I'm like, well, what happens if something bad's happened to her? And because we were pretty good friends, and it's like she's not responding to her other friends, so that's not a good sign, right? It's like, but well, we have to do some more detective work. So the thing is, I suddenly realized is that in the city that she lives in, there's going to be more than one electorate, and some of the electorates have the name of the city in it, but there are also going to be electorates that don't have the name. It's like, now I have to go home and do a small bit of research to actually find out what all the electorates are in that area, which I should have done, but I keep forgetting to do it. So, but I made a first start by actually looking at 2 books and going, I got 2 names. It doesn't really help, but it gives you some confidence that the person is still around. So, but we'll have to work that out. So one day I'll have a happy story. I say, oh, I managed to get in contact with my friend and everything was cool. They just happened to lose their phone for 4 years. And that goes there. The thing is like, I had their phone number before, and my phones have changed and died, and I don't use any fancy phones, so I don't have all the phone numbers backed up. But I do have phones somewhere. I have a phone somewhere that should still have her number on it, so I just have to find out a way of charging it again and getting it running. And hopefully I could find her number there and give her a telephone call. That's what phones are for. So found that out today. Alright, and so this goes there, this goes there. I went to the library actually to pick up some stuff, and it's like, I had a book I got from the library and I don't know where I put it. Same thing as usual. And then I always feel guilty. It's like, I did return 3 DVDs, but you're like, they're looking at the screen when you're checking things out, and they're like, you've got a book that's a bit overdue, and you're like, yeah, maybe. But it's their fault for not charging fees anymore, late fees. It's like, what is it? I think if you're a child, then yeah, that makes sense. Children are going to lose things and take time to return things, but someone like me, it feels like, I think you're missing out on a vital income source if you're not going to charge me late fees anymore. Because honestly, I paid a fair bit in late fees over the years, so like a fair bit. So they've definitely lost some money, and which makes it's like, well, that's money you could be using to buy books, And so, for everybody, not just for me, for the whole world, for everybody on this whole planet. Books for everyone. There's a lot of windows here. It's very TARDIS-like so far. Maybe, or not. So I think it goes that way. One, 2, 3. Am I even on the camera? Can you even see this? I don't think so. I've got to get the optimal zoom. The problem is the camera just doesn't remember the zoom. That's like another thing that would be useful. Oh, that one hasn't got a glass. Where's the glass gone? There's the glass. There's a lot of these glasses. There's 6 more of these. 6 more windows. There's 12 windows. I should turn this into an educational channel. It's like, do you not know how to count to 12? Do you not know what 6 plus 6 is? Well, welcome to this channel where all your questions will be solved. The mystery will be unmystified. So that goes there, and this goes there. What on earth is the next book going to be? Because we've almost finished this whole house. That's not true. I have another one of these, by the way. So don't worry, I'm not running out of these. So another one of these. Oh, this is where the other 6 windows comes in. Another one of these friends' bedroom things. And there we go. Popped into my head. Arcade Fire. So there we go. I'm not going to say there we go again. It's like a pitch meetings video. Except my taglines are boring, but that's okay. It can't all be interesting. Dun, dun, dun. I had like an opportunity, like on someone who was live streaming, to make what potentially could have been a funny comment, but I didn't do it because I thought, well, you know, what if that wasn't actually going to come across as funny? But what if it had? You know, it was like, that would be kind of cool. Like if you made someone laugh on a live stream, and they were like, that was a funny comment, good work. Because I haven't actually seen anyone like had a really good laugh. You know, they were like, that's yes, good point there, but they're not like, oh my, I'm gonna sneeze or something. And like, you know, that would be kind of funny to pull that off. So next time I have a joke pops into my head, I'm just going to go with it and see what happens. It's like, can I make some person in a different country who I've never met, who knows nothing about me other than some ridiculous name that I have on the screen, and make them laugh, because that would be funny. Oh, I've done something wrong, haven't I? Oh, no, I haven't. I just had to put that there. So I was like, that looks a bit weird. It looks very weird. I've done this. I've missed out some pieces here, haven't I? So that one, how do they miss out these steps? How come that, okay, we're at the point that we're supposed to be. We've got 10 minutes left. We're not actually going to finish book number 1 in the time allotted. So that's the other thing. If I switch over to live streaming, that's why I'm going to live stream, but I'm going to have this camera that I'm using running at the same time, and this camera is going to dictate the timetabling, because otherwise if you're live streaming you might just end up doing like, you know, 3 hours or something. I don't think that's going to happen. I have to go to the toilet and stuff, but you know, you can still go a bit longer, and it's like, I don't want to do that. So if I film this on this camera for the actual YouTube channel, and then I do that, then I'm bound by the timing of the camera, is what I mean. I mean, it should be, you know, it's a flaw in the fact that the camera only lets me do 29 minutes, but it's actually you know, very helpful for sanity and such. Like, oh gosh, because honestly, I mean, I guess if you're talking to people, then you can actually string this out for hours upon hours of chit chat. But eventually, I'm just not going to have anything to say. I have ordered a fuel pump for my car, which is exciting. Another fuel pump. It's all fuel pumps. I made this. I'm going to jump into car things. I was like, how am I going to work out if it really is my fuel pump that's broken. Oh, this doesn't line up. What have I done? Oh gosh. Maybe it's not meant to. Maybe it's just meant to. Oh no, it is. No, it's not. Oh gosh, thank goodness. I thought for a second that was supposed to actually connect up to that one, and they don't line up. They're different heights. You can't see that, but they're different heights. Can you see it now? Can you see it now? Yeah, it's like, well, I'm suspecting that my fuel pump in my other car is also broken, and which is an entirely different mechanical situation because it's a much older car. But it's like, well, I could just take the pump apart and have a look inside and see if the rubber diaphragm bit thing is broken, which is probably what has happened. Or, you know, I know the fuel is not getting to the engine, and so either the fuel pump's stuffed, or the fuel lines to the fuel tank have a leak in them. And it's like, wow, that's a lot of effort to have to go under and have a look for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, and it's probably like it's not going to work. It probably doesn't actually work, but I'm like, I don't care anymore. I'm just going to change it. But what I did was I made a mini fuel tank and then rigged that up directly to the fuel line that was closest to the fuel pump, so that I bypassed the entire fuel tank stuff, which probably was not the smartest way of doing things, but it worked. It seemed to work. Well, you know, I didn't spill any petrol all over the thing, and nothing exploded, so that's fine. So, but nothing happened. It didn't. That still didn't work. So I'm assuming that yes, it is the fuel pump that's broken. So I got a new fuel pump. That's gonna be fun. Maybe in a few videos time, I'll be like, "Ah, fix the car. Look at me. I'm all grown up and stuff." Then I'm like, I have to fix my actual car that I actually drive. So, which will be the next thing. And speaking of actually driving, we've finished it. That's not actually speaking of actually driving. Well, we've got this thing. How come we've got extra ones of these? Maybe that was from the last video. Maybe I didn't put one on. I didn't put one on. Okay. This little paint thing has that. Okay. Oh, I can't put it on now. Oh, fingers are hard. Okay. Well, using my fingers is hard. So look, there's fingerprints. That's an even bit. You can't even see it. Look, you can see my fingerprint. Now you can identify me, and the police will know who I am. I have had my fingerprints taken, but not for criminal reasons. But yeah, that's almost as good as having a sticker of this thing. So maybe I should put the sticker on. She is skateboarding, and she does have like one of those beach hats. But anyway, it's 6 minutes left, so we can't chat. We have to stop chatting. That's actually from the last video. I'm going to put that in the drawer because there's room for more than one purple paintbrush. I think she's got a couple of paint things. That's a pen. That's a pen. I don't think I've ever actually had a pen before. Cool bananas, and we'll finish it there. So yes, that's quite good. This I got this reduced to clear, so you know it was a pretty good value. And they do have more of this one. They've run out of all the other ones, but they've got more of this set in the shop. So if it drops again in price, and this is pretty cool, then I might just get a couple of spares. So anyway, thanks for that. Have a good evening, afternoon, whatever the time is. See, if I did live streaming, I could actually make a comment that makes sense to people. But then, you know, if I was live streaming, I'd probably do it in the afternoon so that it wasn't, I don't know, whatever o'clock in the morning it is in the US at the moment, or in whatever the time. Well, I know what time it is in England. It's about 11 something in the morning, so that's not too bad. You have to think of the different time zones all over the world, and you know, yeah. But thanks for watching. It really means a lot to me. No one watches, so it doesn't actually mean anything to me. But thanks for watching anyhow. Bye.